Happy belated Bobby Bonilla Day. That was a tongue twister, wasn't it? Happy belated Bobby Bonilla Day. Yeah, yeah. As of this recording, it's actually 11:57 a.m. on July 2nd, 2026. And for those who don't know, yeah, Bobby Bonilla Day is a day where it gets where a guy named a former Major League All Star named Bobby Bonilla gets paid over $1 million by the New York Mets. Yeah, so every year, yeah, it's part of a. It was a talk today. Yeah, it was yeah on July from yeah starting in okay the origin of Bobby Bonilla, for those who don't know, basically I'm gonna try to keep it as short as I can, but basically Bobby Bonilla was due to be paid like $5.9 million or something like that by the Mets in the year 2000, but they didn't want him around. They didn't want to pay, and they didn't want to pay him. So, so the Mets and Dennis Gilbert made this deal where Bobby Bonilla where they didn't have to pay Bobby Bonilla the $5.9 million, but they would have to pay, but with some interest rates and what have you, he'd be paid one deal. He'd be paid over $1 million annually from July 10th to from 2010 to 2035. He'd be paid $1 million every year on July 1st. So yeah, I guess. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of deferred contracts in sports. I mean, baseball particularly, because I guess just because every contract is pretty much guaranteed. But there's yeah, I guess it's a little more laughable with the Mets because I guess they thought they could have probably afford to pay Bobby Bonilla that much. What I guess what I think is ultimately is gonna told be totaled up to $30 million over the 25-year span. Um, but yeah, they thought that I guess they thought that yeah they were in business with Bernie Madoff, and I guess they had this little Ponzi scheme going where they were getting this big interest rate that they thought they were going to continue to get, but whoops. Yeah. So anyway, that's the origin of Bobby Bonilla Day, and like I said, there's a lot of deferred contracts around. I guess Manny Ramirez is getting one from the Red Sox. Kevin Garnett from Celtics. And I think Bob Bonilla actually has like a deferred contract from the Baltimore Orioles where he gets like $500,000 every year until from I don't know when that started, but apparently he's going to be paid by the Orioles $500,000 every year, about $500,000 every year from until 2028. So yeah, I don't know if Bobby Bonilla is in the Hall of Fame or should be in the Hall of Fame, but Mr. Dennis Gilbert, his agent, he damn well is a Hall of Famer in my book. um, yeah. Yeah, I guess I bring up Bobby Bonilla because I don't know, I've been thinking about money a lot lately. I don't know if you've noticed. I don't know if you've noticed from this podcast, but I've been thinking about money a lot lately. But these past couple of days, some things have happened. Some things have happened that make me think, oh boy, this is where it's it's been looking like I've been taking I've taken a couple of hits in my wallet. Yesterday I had to pay my taxes, so long story short, we had we at the Park County Chronicle had to get an extension because our accountant had some business snafus going on. But um, and yeah, ended up paying not nearly as much as I paid in the last couple of years because I guess we had a little system going on where we were already paying some of our taxes. We were already paying some of our taxes with getting some of our getting our taxes deducted from our paychecks already, but apparently there's a few things that weren't deducted, and we still had to pay over $1,000 to the federal government. So that, but anyway, um, but the big one, but that's not even the big one. The big one was, I guess, getting the news from, I guess the what's it called? Hold on a second. So we're, yeah, we learned on Tuesday that the local journalism sustainability tax credits we were supposed to get. Um, Apparently, we won't be receiving it, which is that's going to mean up to loss of up to $30,000 in anticipated revenue. And so I guess originally the Illinois Department of Commerce and Economic Opportunity announced the news in the email, and it said that it said our paper did not meet the criteria for a tax credit in the current calendar year, which total bullshit. I mean, if we don't meet a criteria, then what does? We're a small newspaper. We're a small newspaper. We've been a real newspaper for a while now. I don't get it. But anyway, in a follow-up email, there was a little more clarification. Apparently, the real reason was that all funds allocated for the qualified journalist credits were fully committed to other applicants prior to the processing of our application. uh, and apparently, because this credit, I'm quoting an article by Will Bramley in the Fort County Chronicle. And this is a quotation from Ashley Knight, the Tax Incentive Program Manager for the DCO's Office of Entrepreneurship, Innovation, Technology. And Knight continued, because this credit category has reached its statutory funding limit, we are unable to issue additional credits for the current year. Which, oh my goodness gracious, man. I just, wow. Yeah, I just, I'm just, yeah, I think like Will said to me, I'm kind of curious to see which newspapers end up getting credits. That'd be fun. I mean, the system was designed to help newspapers like us, but I'm very pessimistic and kind of paranoid that this money is going to go to newspapers with more resources and to corporate owned newspapers. That would, yeah, I don't know, my blood's kind of boiling from the thought. Um, so yeah, so now I guess we're launching a fundraising campaign to try and make up for at least some of that loss. And I think we've had maybe a few people say that they're gonna donate, which is cool. But all the same, even before even before this news came, I was trying to find some ways to make money because I'm gonna be 40 years old in a few months, and I'm just there's some things I'd like to do that is gonna require the expenditure of money, but um, but right now, yeah, I mean. I think I'm sure some of you saw that I've been trying to sell my photos. I've been trying to sell. Been trying to do a few things. I guess been offering to photograph place events like weddings and stuff. So yeah, if anybody listening wants to make an offer then yeah, I'm all ears. But yeah, what? Yeah, but what does that have to do with the Bobby Bonilla Day? Honestly, it's. I mean, depending on your perspective, it's either very very fortunate for Bobby Bonilla, or maybe he's selling himself a little short, compared to other deferred contract. Well, I, actually, I'm not even referring to the deferred contracts when I say that. I'm just there are college football coaches who uh, are making tens of millions of dollars not to coach. There's Jimbo Fisher, Brian Kelly, and a whole bunch of others. They're making tens of millions of dollars in buyouts after they got fired for not winning enough games. And I'm just I'm sitting here. I got all my plaques for winning the best sports section in 3 of the last 4 years, and I won like seven. I won like seven first place awards from the Illinois Press Association. I'm just thinking like, well, shit. Maybe I should just tanked my work. Maybe I should publish more blurry photos. Maybe I should have misspelled more words in my articles. Maybe I should have. Maybe yeah. Maybe then I'd get fired, and maybe then the Chronicle would have to pay me some money to buy me out of my share of the paper, maybe. I don't know if I have to tell you that I'm kidding about that, but I am kidding about that. Yeah, I mean, I think both the Chronicle and its readers, I think they deserve better. So no, I try to do things a little more honestly, you know, which is of course why I'm trying to sell the photos, why I'm trying to do a whole bunch of other things. So yeah. I mean, your support would definitely help. Um, yeah. I mean, yeah. I mean, if nothing else, I'd probably be a little more comfortable with trying to purchase whatever subscription I need to watch the World Cup. Because apparently USA's soccer team is it's advanced to the Sweet 16. They won 2-0 over Bosnia, but I couldn't really say anything about the game because I didn't watch it because I don't have Fox. I don't have Fox or Peacock, or I don't have Fox One or Peacock, or the Hulu. I don't have any sort of live TV package, or um, that's because I'm trying to save money. Um, and I think I mentioned I've had that seat that Chicago Sports Network. I'm thinking maybe I should save a little change and just unsubscribe to that and maybe listen to games on the radio. Maybe I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, it's pretty bad news. Pretty bad. Um, yeah, I mean, Yeah, I mean, if it make yeah, if we get donations, it'd be great. I mean, I guess the alternative would have been to increase our subscription and advertising rates. I mean, we don't want to do that, but we might have to. We might have to if things, if things don't go like this. I mean, and honestly, we've been pretty cheap. I think our paper is only $2 per issue at the newsstands. I think the News Gazette sells theirs for $4.50 per issue. Yeah, maybe we should, maybe we should increase those prices too. I don't. I mean, we haven't discussed doing that, but maybe it's yeah. 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 Anyway, y'all want to help? That'd be great. Um. Yeah. It's Yeah. Yeah. I guess I didn't have a whole lot else to talk about. I guess I mean, the White Sox, they're still winning. That's good. That's. I mean, I don't want to subscribe to that TV channel, uh, but yeah, yeah. Um, and that thing is out. I don't know how. I'm almost 4 years old. I don't know. I mean, I guess I don't have any reason to own a home. I guess live with anybody, so I don't support anybody. So still, mm, yeah. Um, yeah. Enough of I've talked too much. uh, yeah, EA League. The Bangladesh Masters. They swept the White Heath Warriors. Uh, they won the first game. It was 10-0. They only needed 6 innings of what was supposed to be just a 7 inning game. Yeah, they started the thing an hour late, and they were supposed to have only just two 7 inning games. But the first game ended early in 6 innings because 10-run rule. Second game actually went extra. Went one extra inning. They needed 8 innings to finish that. But Ryland Pfeiffer got the game time run. Scored in the 6th inning, and the 8th inning he delivered again. Got the walk off hit. Um, he and yeah. Yeah, I think there's a little bit of introduction to the EI League for the White Heath Warriors. I think some of the fans from Buckley are jawing a little bit, and I think I heard some of the White Heath players kind of saying, "Oh, why are they so cocky?" And I mean, they did just win 4 straight tournaments, the last 4 tournaments. So yeah, maybe that explained their quote unquote cockiness, but yeah, it's and some of the fans were kind of some of the White Heath, well, at least one of the White Heath fans are John back at him. Hey, yeah, I'm gonna come over there. Yeah, but yeah, yeah, yeah. Chirping is kind of something. Yeah, you're not gonna stop it. It's part of EI League baseball. You're gonna get some fans who are gonna chirp at you a little bit. Yeah, or at least when you're playing, but either Buckley or Paxton. I don't know. And maybe Royal too. Oh yeah, Royal does have at least that one fan that likes to chirp a little bit. So, yeah, it's well, welcome to the League, White Heat Warriors. Yeah, you'll yeah, you'll get used to the chirping, I'm sure. Um, yeah, they've got well, I guess they proved on in game two that they've got some good, got some pretty good players. At least got a pitcher or two that can pitch the ball. Yeah, which is that's good. Yeah, I've said that's pretty good for the league to have more teams that can do things. I mean we got it's a 5-team league right now, and it's I guess realistically speaking, it's pretty much just ever since Gifford left the league, it's just been 3 teams pretty much just fighting for the crown, and it's I guess this season's no different, but maybe in the future, maybe in the near future, get like at least a 4th team, maybe a 5th team to do some things. Yeah. Yeah. Also, and I guess they also, yeah, I was also, I guess the day before that doubleheader, it was at the Rankins celebration. I didn't stay for the whole thing. I didn't. I guess some people stayed for the fireworks. I didn't. There's too much rain, too much mud. I just, yeah. I can only. Yeah, I was there. I was there for the 5K, and there was a whole bunch of runners slash runners and walkers who had this little trail that they were supposed to run along, but I guess a few of them decided I'd rather just walk on the grass because the trail was completely muddy with a bunch of with mud and standing water and all sorts of nonsense. And apparently some kids had some joyriding there the previous night, which was supposed to be a tractor pull night, but that got canceled due to rainfall. But I guess a few kids decided, we're gonna have a tractor pull. We're gonna have some vehicles riding around one way or another. Uh, yeah, yeah. Well, I guess I don't really know a whole lot about that, but so I should probably say I should probably stop talking. By the way, by the way, there's a as I speak, I'm looking at an ad for back to school right now, and I gotta say that's annoying. Is anybody else annoyed? Has anybody else been getting back to school commercials? I mean, I was getting them even before July, even before you hit July. Come on, guy. I'm saying that corporate. I'm gonna say right now to corporate. Ask corporate America, can we please celebrate the 4th of July first? Well, yeah. Can we please just celebrate the 4th of July before we have the anxiety of going back to school again? Just stop. Mm. I'm just gonna click X on this stuff. I don't know. This crap. It's yeah. Yeah, I guess that's kind of the way of the world now. I mean, everybody wants to celebrate. You know, everyone wants to get deals on back to school supplies. They want to buy school supplies early. They want to do Christmas shopping early. They want to celebrate Valentine's Day early. Yeah, I guess did I mention Candy Cane Lane? I think that was a movie that was on Prime once. Kind of a whole home movie. Where it's it's I guess it's kind of fun. Kind of that's not that it's not that great a movie, but got Eddie Murphy in it, and there was one scene where I guess they were shopping at some kind of store, and they had all these aisles with Christmas shopping and stuff, and then they get to an aisle with Valentine's Day, and Eddie Murphy's like, "Really? You gonna do it this early?" Yeah, yeah, yep, yep. I guess that's the way of the world, isn't it? uh, yeah. But anyway, well, I guess yeah. I guess Rankin did want to get 4th of July celebrated early. Yeah, they had they had their little Independence Day celebration in June, like a week before 4th of July, which I guess as a journalist, I wouldn't mind too much. It's a little slow in the summer months and a little slow in the summer months, and I guess you wouldn't want too many towns celebrating the 4th of July on the 4th of July. So you'd like to spread it out a little bit, I guess. Um, yeah, yeah, um, yeah. They had their little fun run slash walk in through the mud, and they had a bingo. They had another thing where I guess some kids had this little tug of war like thing with the fire hydrants. Well, not fire hydrant, but like these fire hoses that were supplied by the fire department, by the local fire department, and it wasn't actually a tug of war, but like they'd they'd have this buckets hanging above everybody, and they would they I guess there'd be one kid on one side and then one kid on another, and they'd each spray the fire hose to see who could get the bucket to the other side faster, I guess. uh, yeah, seems like a lot of fun if you're which I guess would probably been a lot more fun if it was like 80 something degrees and sun shining, but it was overcast and it was raining. I was just not having it myself. I just wasn't having wasn't having a great time, to be quite honest with you. Um, yeah, there was a pulled pork sandwich that I paid $6 for, and I gotta say I wasn't impressed. Um, Granted, I ordered plain, which maybe this is the type of pulled pork sandwich that you need to rely on a barbecue sauce in order to be good. I I tried putting some mustard and relish and tried to sprinkle some salt on it, but nothing really doing. Nothing really doing it for me. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you're paying $6 for a sandwich. You should probably expect something, but that's just me. Uh, yeah, I guess that's about Yeah, that's about all I can talk about right now. I guess, I don't know. Try to find some. Try to find other ways to make money. I think I signed up to be an Uber driver too. So, yeah, maybe some deliveries I can make. Maybe. All right. Well, thanks you guys for listening. And I'll talk to you guys next time.